Good morning, BHS. Welcome to our last BAYONNE Tonight show. Here we have
Katie Sorrentino,
Aiden Milikowski,
Julia Garcia.
Can all of you guys share your instruments and which ones you play and your favorite ones?
I play the saxophone and the clarinet, and the saxophone's my favorite.
I play trumpet and a lot of other brass stuff, but trumpet's my favorite.
I do piano and mallet percussion.
Thank you for sharing. Can you guys share what inspired you to join band?
It was really like my teacher in the elementary school. She was the person that was promoting it the most and was my big inspiration.
Yeah, really, same here. She was pushing me to join it since 7th grade, and I did.
My private piano teacher actually told me that they were looking for a pianist, so I just joined.
What is your favorite part about band?
Probably the friendships that we've made along the way, just the bonds you make with all the other people and the new friendships you make throughout the years.
For me, it's definitely the staff. They're the most supporting people anyone could have. They're basically a second family. The jokes, they never stop with them too. It's the best.
I mean, I like the environment. The people there are pretty fun. There's always something fun to do. It's never boring, so.
How do you guys manage to work together and make sure everyone's ideas are heard?
Just communication, clearly, but just talking to everyone throughout the day and sharing your ideas with the staff and the other leaders in the band.
Yeah, the section leaders basically are one big friend group, so whatever we say, well, most of the time it always gets heard. If it's bad, we turn it down. If it's good, we try to add it.
I mean, yeah, we're all pretty close, so if anyone has a problem, we always just talk about it, so.
Do you guys have meetings? If so, how often?
I wouldn't say we have meetings, but sometimes in rehearsal they'll call over the section leaders and we'll just talk for a few minutes and then we go back out there. It's not a organized thing after school or whatever.
We usually have maybe one or two, one in the beginning of the season, sometimes in the middle if we need it, just to talk about how it's gonna go.
What has band taught you the most?
Coordination, being able to do multiple things at once, because I used to not be very good at that. But yeah, coordination.
For me, definitely just not quitting if you fail something the first time. It takes a lot of work.
I mean, just being confident, that's something it really helped me with.
How do you guys balance band, school, and other activities or responsibilities?
It's rough, but I mean, you do it. Just staying motivated, that was the biggest thing. With soccer and band and school, it was just a lot at once. So staying motivated and just staying on top of everything and just being productive throughout the day. Yeah,
just good time management. That's all you really need. After November, it dies down, so.
I mean, same thing as what they said.
Have there been any situations where you guys were discouraged by something, and how did you uplift yourselves?
Not really.
I mean, we hype each other up a lot.
Yeah.
Before a competition, we'll just hype each other up, but there's not much that really discourages you. Sometimes you have a bad rehearsal, but you move on to the next one and hope for the best.
Yeah, it helps knowing that everyone kind of has your back, so.
Do your parents play a big part in your band career? If yes, how?
My parents aren't musical, but they're very supportive with what I do, and they're my biggest supporters, so I would say they help in that front, but yeah.
Yeah, my parents like to help with the PTA of the marching band, basically. So they help organize breakfast or after the season parties.
Yeah, my parents really pushed me to do marching band, and they were the people who made me do piano lessons, so I guess they're kind of the reason why I'm in marching band, so.
Are any of you going to continue your band career after high school? If not, what are your majors going to be?
I will. My major's going to be music education at Montclair State.
I'm still on the fence with it, but if I do, it'll also be at Montclair State. But if not, I'm going to just double major in business and finance.
I actually changed my major last minute, so it was originally going to be music ed, but then I changed my mind and chose data science, so I'm not going to be doing music in the future.
With the year ending, what goals did you guys have in place, and did you achieve them?
Yeah, getting into music school. That was probably my biggest goal. And just having a successful year overall, which we did. We just had our spring concert a couple days ago, and it went really well, so I say it worked out well this year.
Yeah, my big goal is definitely a good spring concert to like end out my senior year.
I don't really have goals. I kind of just go with the flow, but nothing. I think everything has went well so far, so no complaints.
What was the best achievement this year or any important event that happened?
I don't know.
I don't really have one, I guess.
It's unfortunate to say, but I guess just any of the competitions, like they were always fun, and we were in a new group this year, and it was a lot more competitive, and we won first place at a couple competitions, so those were probably our biggest like achievements. And then some of like the singing like Bee's Knees, they won at a couple things, quarterfinals, and what is it? I can't think of the name of the other thing, but they won another competition.
Oh, Teen Arts.
Yes, Teen Arts. So yeah, those probably are our biggest wins for the year.
We're going to have a little break for some fun questions. We're going to start off with, what is your comfort food?
Oh. You want to go first?
No.
I don't
I
know.
mean, mine is buffalo chicken. It's like my favorite thing.
Actually,
so.
soup. I love soup so much. I could kill for a bowl of soup. I love soup.
Probably say like Chinese food. That's my favorite.
What is the best concert you guys have ever attended?
I just went to Madison Beer a few days ago. It was fun.
I haven't really been to a concert since I was a little kid. If I was cheating, I would say one of our concerts.
I've only been to like 2 concerts, Billy Joel and Mitski, so there isn't really a good choice between the two. I guess the Mitski concert.
All right. What is your favorite childhood memory?
Oh god, I literally don't know. Going to like the beach for like the soccer sand tournament. That would probably be mine. I always had fun.
Mine's probably when I was little, I played baseball and I just got a brand new bat that was too big for me. And my first swing with it, I had a grand slam. So probably that.
I guess all the times I've hung out with like my younger brother, those have been pretty fun. So
All right. If you could meet any celebrity, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
That's a good question. I have no clue. You got one?
I mean, I guess like Freddie Mercury maybe. If we're sticking with music, I want to know his process, how he like did it.
wait,
Do you got one?
rephrase the question.
Who's a celebrity you want to meet?
No, I don't have one.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I really have one. I've never really thought of
You
it.
got me. I don't
Yeah, I
really have an
usually-
answer for that.
All right. Back to the normal questions. How has band influenced your life in a positive way?
Well, when I got hurt sophomore year, I feel like band was like the thing that I had, like that I could always resort to because I couldn't play soccer. So, and that led me to like continuing it as like a job. So, I think that's been like the biggest thing, like it like helping me through that like tough time.
Yeah, really just helping me through like tough times in my house or anything that was going on in my personal life.
I mean, I used to have like, I guess I used to get nervous about a lot of things, but marching band just helped me realize like I don't really have to worry about what other people think of me anymore. So that's been really helpful.
What other sports do you guys play, or what other clubs are you guys a part of?
Soccer. I'm on the girls' soccer team. That's really it.
I do hockey as well.
I have nothing going on in my life.
Did you guys have any specific goals this year for the group?
I guess.
Just to do well and make sure everyone had fun, like to succeed and just have fun. That's the biggest thing when you go into like band is just to have fun. The winning's not always what's important.
All right, back to the fun questions. If you could instantly become an expert in any skill or hobby, what would it be?
I can't whistle, so maybe whistling. I don't know how to whistle.
But why?
I don't know. I've always wanted to whistle and I can't, so.
For me, probably just playing guitar. I've tried to do it. I cannot do it.
I guess I want to be really good at I guess coding, just because think of the opportunities. I could pursue computer science, be smart, be good at it, and then get money out of it. So, you guys have more answers.
What's the last TV show you binge watched, and would you recommend it?
Mine was Gossip Girl, and I would recommend it. It's very good.
The one I'm binge watching right now is Modern Family. It's very good. I've been having a good time with it.
I haven't watched a show in like
Oh my
2
goodness.
years.
Have you guys made any new connections in band or like memorable ones?
Yeah. I've known him for a while, but Julia, I met, like freshman year?
Yeah, but
Freshman,
we didn't start
sophomore
talking till
year.
This year.
Yeah, we got a lot closer this year, but I guess maybe being both of us being section leaders, we got a lot more chances to see each other, and we just got a lot closer. So, yes, made many new bonds, but ones that are more close than others.
One like notable connection I made was when we did the musical Legally Blonde here. Some of the like adults that we had, the like professional musicians we brought in. There was one college student named John. He was a really cool guy that I was talking to the whole time.
I mean, I made some really close friends through marching band. Like, for example, these two, I literally have never spoken to them before outside of marching band, but I guess this year really brought people closer as, like, as that is, but it's true. I feel like marching band just brings people closer together.
How often do you guys practice individually, and how do you structure your practice sessions?
Probably around like 4 times a week. 4 times a week or every day. It depends on like what you're getting ready for. But usually you start with like a warm up, which should probably be around 20 minutes, and then you should probably go for go over each piece you're trying to learn and you should end up practicing for about like an hour, which is, I would say they would say the same thing.
I usually go like maybe three times a week. I try to get 45 minutes of just whatever I'm working on at the time.
These two are better than me. They probably practice more than I do. I kind of just practice, I wouldn't say whenever I feel like it, but I know I should practice more than I should, or more than I'm doing now. So, if that says anything.
Do you guys have a favorite piece to play, and why?
We just played it at our concert, but Rhapsody in Blue. There was a feature for all 3 of us actually, and it was really cool. I started like the whole thing by myself, and I had fun with it. So I would say that one.
Mine's probably, we did it 2 years ago during our sophomore year. It was called Deus Ex Machina. It was just this really like loud, fast, fun piece we played.
I mean, I'm a classical musician. I like playing this. It's like a Schubert piece. No one probably knows it. It's classical, but I really like playing it. It's hard, it's fun, it's fast, and you move around the piano a lot, so that's fun.
Can you walk us through the process of preparing for a major performance or competition?
Talk about competition and a concert, I guess.
Okay.
Competitions, I mean, you start in June for marching band. Start in June with like once a week rehearsals, and then August you have band camp, which is a week and a half-ish, right?
Yeah.
And then you go 3 times a week through September through October, and it's just a lot of like going over the drill you learned and like just getting it into your head and perfecting it. And a concert, you get your music in like for winter concert it's September, for spring concert it's January. So you spend like 5 months going like learning the piece and just perfecting it to what we put on. So.
And back to the competition side. For like the actual competitions, we get here around like 9:30, 10ish. Drive to the place, normally like an hour away, and then get there, bathrooms. We do a warm up, then we do something called box, which is basically we're warming up our brains to march, and then we do a quick run of the show, and then we're out there, and that's it.
I mean, I do a lot of solo stuff, so when I'm doing, for example, solo competitions like piano competition, it's kind of like I cram practice, like I guess a week or maybe 2 weeks before, where I just play the piece, like I really go over the piece, like do section by section by section. And I guess like the day of the concert, that's when I kind of relax, like I don't play as much because I get this thing where my fingers get like tongue-tied in a way. So I try to like minimize the practicing, but I do a lot of like I guess, mental exercising, like, you got this, or just breathe, stuff like that. So for solo stuff, it's kind of like, it's more like mentalities exercises.
Can you describe your first experience performing with the band?
You two can take this.
Mhm.
I was in sophomore year. They've been in it a lot longer than I have, and I don't really remember, but I was very excited when we did it because it was like my first time. So I was very excited, nervous, but also just like happy that we did it.
I remember my first year. My first year, I kind of regretted a little because I was a very nervous person. Like, I didn't play out loud at all, and that's like the part I regret because because I didn't play out loud, you never really heard me play, which is a bit disappointing. So there was still a good experience. That's just the one thing I regret in band. So
Yeah, for me it was definitely like scary seeing, because my first competition there was a huge crowd, and I had never really played for people, so I was basically shaking the whole time and just letting everyone above me do everything.
How do you guys handle conflicts or disagreements within the band?
Usually you find a staff member. Like, some problems you can handle like on your own. Like, I've had to deal with some like drama or whatever, like some random stuff. But if it's like serious, you find like a staff member and just like go tell them, and then they kind of just take over, because if it's too much, you don't want to get too involved, because then it drags you into a problem you don't need to be in. You got to worry about all the other kids in your section.
Yeah, for me, if it's small, I'll just try to separate the kids, talk to each one of them, get their side, and then I won't pick who's right, but I'll see like who's more in the wrong, and then try to fix it from there. But other than that, just grab staff. They know how to handle it.
Same for you?
Yep.
Okay. What's the most challenging? Sorry. Can you share a memorable experience from a performance or a competition?
Well, I'm going to take the one where we won. We won states in 2022, and I just remember, like, all of the seniors who were getting our award, them just running over to us, and, like, everyone, like, celebrating and just, like, screaming and crying, and everyone was just so happy because it was the first time we've ever done it, so that's probably my favorite.
Mine's probably in our most recent show. I had a solo in our ballad. Definitely that.
I guess the most recent concert, because oh my God, the day before the concert, I was just so nervous over the solo. I was so nervous. I couldn't do it. And I remember playing the solo. I remember not having like any thoughts. I forgot there was a crowd behind me. And all I was thinking is, this better be on time. Because it was fast. It was a fast solo, so. But it was a good memories. I miss it.
What's the most challenging aspect of working as a team in the band?
I mean, if you have separate ideas, sometimes that can be a little challenging, like choosing which one is better, but I mean, we don't run into that conflict very often because all the ideas are heard, and then the staff will choose the better one. So, I mean, that's not really a problem in the band. We've never really experienced that.
Yeah, I mean, I got lucky with my section. There weren't ever really any conflicts. We were pretty civil, cordial. So, I love my section. They're really sweet.
Yeah. Really, the only issue for my section was just attendance. Other than that, they're good kids. They listen. They know what to do. So.
How do you cope with performance anxiety or stage fright?
You just do it. You really don't. There's not much you can really do until you do it. Like, for like auditions for college, I was terrified, but I mean, once I did it and it was over, I felt like freed in a sense. You just gotta do it. I don't know. There's not much else you can really do.
Yeah, I'm horrible with it. I'll like shake if I am nervous while I play. So most of the time it's just I shake for the first little bit, and then I ease into it. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm good, and then I go from there.
Yeah, for performances, I like to tell myself that people in the audience don't know how to play music. And technically, I'm the only one that knows I'm making mistakes, so that helps me feel better. So, yeah.
What advice would you give to someone just starting out in the band?
I don't want to say it's not that serious. Like, you can have fun. No one's out to get you. That's what I would say. No one's out to get you. You can have fun, enjoy yourself. No need to be nervous. There's literally no reason to be. Everyone's really sweet, and they'll help you out, so.
I would say, like, be patient. Like, sometimes you can get, like, frustrated with certain things, but, like, just relax and, like, be patient, and everything will work out on its own.
Yeah, for me, it's probably just stick with it. I remember when I first joined, during our band camp, I remember saying to myself, word for word, I'm taking my hoodie and I'm leaving. And then I decided to just push through, and now I'm still here 6 years later. So.
How do you take care and maintain your instrument?
Just be gentle, I guess, in a way. Like when you're putting it away, don't throw it. Just like put it down, and like make sure everything's like in the right spot, because there's little like places for each part to go. Well, they don't have parts. I do. I have like multiple parts for each instrument, so just like make sure everything's in the right spot, and just like clean your mouthpiece every once in a while. Make sure it stays like not gross.
Yeah, for me, I just give it a bath every now and then. Just a little warm water, some soap, and just wash it out, and then he's good.
I mean, I play like big instruments. There's no way I can like throw or toss like a piano. I guess the only way to like mishandle a piano is like sitting on it, leaning on it, I guess bashing the keys, which is pretty obvious that you don't do. So my piano's pretty easy to maintain.
What techniques or strategies have you found most effective in improving your playing skills?
Warming up, like long tones. It's where you just hold out one note for a long time. It really helps with like your breath support, and just like doing like quicker warm up scales. Actually, scales are very good too. And just like moving your fingers around just helps like with the quicker like pieces you have to play.
For trumpet, there's long tones and scales, and then one that I think really helps me, it's called lip slurs. Basically, you play one note, and for trumpet, you just have 3 valves, and a lot of them share notes. So if I play my second one, it's like 5 different notes, and you just jump between those notes without using your tongue. You just use straight air.
I've learned repping things really helps. I used to be like the type of person, just the way I practiced was beginning to end 10 times maybe. That was it. But I learned if you just take a section, play that like 10 times over, and I guess combine it with the rest of the music, it's easier to practice like that. It makes it easier to learn as well. So.
Who are your musical inspirations or favorite bands/artists?
I'd say my musical inspiration is probably our band teacher, Mrs. H. She's just been a very big help, and she was one of the people that pushed me towards like where I am now, and just really helped me get to where I am today.
Yeah, same here, Miss H, but also our middle school band teacher, Miss Kleiman. She was a big inspiration to like continue in the high school.
I mean, my big inspiration is Miss Magali, the piano teacher here. I love her so much. I've taken piano with her for 10 years already, so that is a decade. And she's opened so many doors for me. Like, she introduced me to marching band. She kind of like promotes me sometimes. She'll just be like, "Oh, do you hear about this piano student I have?" She also like,
Carnegie Hall.
Oh yeah, she put me in a bunch of competitions where I basically played in Merkin Hall in New York, Carnegie Hall. But yeah, I have a lot to thank her for because she just opened so many things for me. It's great. I love her.
What's the most valuable lesson you've learned from being in the band?
That's a good one.
I mean, I've said this already. Like, I don't know how many times I'm going to say this, but it's just to be confident. Like, be confident in yourself, because I said this already, but I'm going to say it again. I used to be a very nervous kid. Like, I didn't, like, raise my hand in class, or, like, I wouldn't play out loud. That's how nervous I was, because I was scared everyone was out to get me. But bands made me realize, like, that's all in my head. Like, in reality, most people don't care about what I do or, like, what anyone else does, so I think that's what I learned in band, as strange as that is, but it's true.
I would say like appreciate what you have like now, because like not to sound like everything else, but like it goes by so fast. Like we're already like at the end of senior year, so it's kind of like appreciate the time you have in the band and like don't waste a second of it.
For me, it's probably one of our director's famous quotes of "If you believe, good things happen," because basically every time he said that, he was right. That's another one of his things, that he's always right, and he still is. 6 years later, he's still pretty much always right. So.
All right, well, thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you guys all for watching. This is our last Bayonne Tonight live show. Oh, bye.